ruffled a couple of feathers with my, I did it as a reel and as a short, and it was captioned, I want to have a baby so someone can love me. Now, I've heard that more than once, I've heard it more than twice. The first time I remember hearing it, I was a teenager. I was a teenager. I remember someone saying it, and I'm like, well, don't your parents love you? And like, doesn't your mother love you? At that time, most of us, we were raised by single mothers. Doesn't your mother love you? And this person, they seen their father. Their father was, I can't say how active he was, but I do know that they would go to their father's house sometimes. And they would always say, I want to have a baby so someone could love me. And I used to be like, that's like, it was weird to me because I knew for me, my mother loved me. I knew my mother loved me. But I never seen the other side of it, of people thinking that their parents didn't love them. So as I got older, I would hear it more often. And I used to be like, why do you want to, like right now, it like cringes my soul when I hear that now. But why do you want to have a baby to love you? You don't know what that baby is gonna come out like. And the honest to God's truth, I have 3 kids, and one of mine didn't even really like me, and I was okay with that because I had worked with children since I was like 14. And once you understand that children come out with their personalities, you will understand that you can't make anybody love you. You can't make anybody like you. So my child, for one, didn't really, we didn't really have that bond until later on. She was her daddy's girl. She was her daddy's girl. She loved her daddy. She knew what time he would come in the house, and she would scream probably for like a good 20, 25 minutes before he would come in the house. But she really didn't, we didn't have that kind of mother daughter bond that I had with my first. And I was okay with that. Like I knew, she knew I was her mother. I was her, she knew that. But when it came to her kind of like, and it was the funniest thing because she was just this little thing, like 6 or 7 months, and like she would just roll her eyes at me like, and I used to be like, how does this little baby roll in your eyes? And she just didn't care. She didn't care for me. She didn't care for a lot of people, but she was definitely her daddy's girl. And now that's my baby. So you can't make someone love you. You can't make someone like you. So saying that you want to have a baby because you feel like nobody loved you as a child, or you feel like the people that you thought loved you didn't really love you. They were using you, or they were doing this, they were doing that. And then you come to the conclusion that I'm going to have a child so a child can love me. We don't know if that child is going to like you, like I said, let alone love you. And why would you want to put that much pressure on a child, a baby? Like, because they're going to grow up. They're going to know, even though I knew my mother loved me, there were certain things about my mom. I noticed that it was her child. She treated me, not saying my mother was a bad mother, but there was a lot of childhood trauma that she went through. So some of the things that she went through, she treated me as if she never wanted to let me go. She never wanted to let me go. And it would be like, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go there. And it was like, no, you can't go. Something might happen. No, you can't go because if something happens, I'm not going to be able to get to you. Because she was the type of person that she didn't travel. She didn't want to do certain things. And I'm like, I want to travel. I want to go places. Even when I got older, she was kind of like, well, you sure you want to go there? You sure you want to do? Yes, I'm going to come back home. Well, if something happens, I can't get to you. And in a way, it was kind of like, You can't just keep me in these four walls all the time. Okay, I'm going off a little bit. So having a baby because you want somebody to love you, it's if you really sit and think about it, you have to be secure within yourself and learn how to be secure within yourself to say that I don't want to set this baby up. I don't want to set this baby up for a life of my mother needs me. Like she always needs me. I can't do this because my mother needs me. I can't leave my mother because my mother, if something happens, putting too much pressure on that child. And then it comes down to, hello, hey, I'm talking about people having babies because they want somebody to love them. I can answer your question another time. I don't feel that a baby should be put in that situation. I really feel like it's toxic. So it's time for you to get to the point where you love you. And that's why my digital download, A Journey into Self, is talking about you love you. You loving you. Hi, Ryan. Have a great day. You loving you and you putting you first. Because you having a baby is not going to change the fact that you don't love you. I don't care how you put it, how you have to come to the conclusion that you don't love you and work through those traumas, because at this point you're just bringing a baby into the world to love you, and then that baby's going to have trauma behind that. So now that baby has to go and fix that trauma when they get older, because you didn't fix the trauma that you should have fixed before having that baby. And that's why I'm big on therapy, I'm big on counseling, I'm big on self-help, I'm big on personal development, because a lot of people don't think about the trauma that they're putting on their children. Even me, they don't think about the trauma that they're putting on their children before they have children. And then after, now you're looking at this child and you're just like, oh, I should have did this differently. I could have did this differently. And we can't go back in the past. And, you know, I sometimes I just say the past it is what it is. It's the past. There's no going back to it. You can only learn from it. But a lot of people don't want to learn from it. Hello. Hey, girl. Is that you, Aji? So once you get to the point where I'm trying to better myself, I'm trying to do things that push the needle farther. I'm trying to do things that's going to change me on the inside. Then you should think about having that baby. Because right now, if you're feeling like you don't have anybody that loves you, right now is not the time to have a baby. And I'm saying that 10 toes down. Right now is not the time to have a baby, because you're going to have too much trauma that you're going to put on that child. And then that child is going to feel like, well, all this trauma was put on me because my mother, my father didn't love themselves first. So start loving you. You can grab the digital download. It's in my bio. I'll actually link it it'll be linked in the description here too as well. And thank you guys for watching.